Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. This is my third CEX haul, um, and I've had a few deliveries through the week. So all in all, there are 16 titles I'm going to show you. 3 of them are deliveries, which are all DVDs, and the rest are Blu-rays that I've just picked up from CEX this morning. So yeah, the only thing I'll say is the stickers on the CEX ones. I don't know if it's just me or if everyone gets it. They put a red sticker sometimes on the top, and on some cases it's so difficult to get off. I'll show you on some of them. Um, but yeah, as I say, I've got 16 titles I'm going to show, and I've decided from now on I'm going to read the description on the back so everyone has a clear idea if they don't know what the film is, what it's about. So it might be a bit longer, but I'll try and go as fast as I can. But let's start off with the DVD. So first off, I have Danny Collins, Al Pacino. So I think it was Monday last week, and I realised it was Al Pacino's birthday, and I was looking through some of his trailers, and I saw this one, and I thought it looked like quite a good film. It doesn't have a UK Blu-ray release, so I thought for £2 on DVD I would get it from Music Magpie, and it says it's inspired by a true story. Al Pacino stars as aging 1970s rocker Danny Collins, who can't give up his hard-living ways, but when his manager, played by Christopher Plummer, uncovers a 40-year-old undelivered letter written to him by John Lennon, he decides to change course and embarks on a heartfelt journey to rediscover his family, find true love, and begin a second act. And I did watch this as soon as I got it, and I thought it was a pretty good film. I would probably give it maybe 3.5, 4 stars. Didn't really have any problems with it. Thought it was just a nice film to watch. Wasn't too long either. And yeah, the only thing that's annoying is these stickers. It's obviously, if I show you, it's an ex-library release, and the case it came in had stickers all over it, so I just changed the case. But these are actually on the cover, so I couldn't change that. So it's not the end of the world. The disc played good. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too scratched. This one I watched last night and I got yesterday. Driving Miss Daisy, really good film. Would definitely recommend watching this if you haven't. Um, just a nice film for everyone. Just a nice classic family film. This was the last in America PG-rated film to win Best Picture back in 1990. This probably established Morgan Freeman as a household name, and also stars Jessica Tandy in her Oscar-winning role, which is probably also her most famous role, and also Dan Aykroyd. And yeah, just a really, really good film. Would definitely recommend it, and I'm glad that I got it again for about £2. And the final DVD, which came today, was a film that I found whilst I was looking around for a film the other day. I watched it and I really enjoyed it, and that is The Fabulous Baker Boys, starring Jeff Bridges, Beau Bridges, and Michelle Pfeiffer. I just realised, hang on, I'll go back. So, Driving Miss Daisy, if you don't know what it's about, I'll go quickly. The synopsis is, after stubborn, aging southern widow Miss Daisy crashes her car into the neighbour's fence, her son insists on hiring her a driver. At first, the self-sufficient Miss Daisy is reluctant to accept the services of her chauffeur, Hoke, but his quiet, wise, and tolerant nature slowly wins her over. As the years pass, the unlikely friends develop a deep mutual respect and admiration, and slowly build a relationship that transcends their differences. That's the description for Finding Miss Daisy. I will say, if come the end of this video, because it might be long, if you don't want me to read the synopsis, let me know in the comments, because I won't in the next video. I just thought it would be helpful for people that don't know the films, because I know in my last video, one of my subscribers commented he didn't own, and I don't think he knew quite a lot of the films, so I think it's better for people to tell everyone what the film is about, so you know if you're interested in watching it or not. But let me know in the comments if you like this way or not. It's up to my subscribers. I'll do whatever you want. But The Fabulous Baker Boys is about Frank and Jack Baker are professional musicians who play small clubs. Jack, played by Jeff Bridges, is the cynical, talented one with a liking for casual relationships, while Frank, played by Beau Bridges, is more ordinary and organised with a suburban home and family. After a series of boring gigs, they decide to hire a singer. Into their lives walks Susie Diamond, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, a hard-nosed woman with a face as beautiful as her voice. Their status begins to pick up, but tensions are beginning to mount between the two brothers, especially as romance is blossoming between Susie and Jack. As I said, this was a really good film. I gave it 5 stars on my reviews. I think it's just a very well done film. I don't know if it won any Oscars. I'm sure it was nominated for some. Oh, well, it wouldn't have, because this came out the same year as Drive Miss Daisy, and that won all the Oscars. Maybe Jeff Bridges won Best Actor. I don't know. Haven't looked into it, but I'm sure it was definitely nominated in 1990. But those 3 are my deliveries that I got in the post this week, and now we'll go on to all the pickups I got today. There's 13. So first off, we have Little Fockers. So this is the 3rd in the Meet the Parents trilogy, or the Fockers trilogy, whatever you want to call it. The other 2 are on Blu-ray, but they're extremely hard to find and very expensive, as is the box set with all 3 of them on Blu-ray. So I've just got the first 2 in a double pack on DVD, which is enough for me at the moment, because this one's cheap enough to get on Blu-ray. This was 50p, so all of these up to a bit were 50p. Most of these were 50p, but if you don't know what this film is about, I'll read you the synopsis. So, Greg Focker has finally begun to earn the respect of his ex-CIA father-in-law, Jack Burns, played by Robert De Niro, and Greg Focker, played by Ben Stiller. But one important test still lies ahead. Will Greg prove that he has what it takes to be the family's next God Focker? Or will the circle of trust be broken for good? It also stars returning co-stars Owen Wilson, Blythe Danner, Terry Polo, Dustin Hoffman, and Barbara Streisand, and they're joined by Jessica Alba, Laura Dern, and Harvey Keitel. And from what I remember, this was pretty good. Not as good as the first 2, but still pretty good and quite funny. So that's Little Fockers. Next up, we have The Gunman. I watched this a very long time ago when it first came out. Couldn't remember much about it, so I thought for 50p I'd pick it up and give it another watch. The synopsis says, Jim Terrier, played by Sean Penn, is a man with a past, an ex-mercenary whose last assassination sparked a civil war. Now working as a humanitarian in Africa to atone for his sins, it's not long before Jim's past catches up with him. 3 armed men storm his village and attempt to take his life. Surviving the attack, Jim discovers that there is a price on his head. Escaping to London, he consults the only man he can trust, an old comrade, Stanley, played by Ray Winston. Together they hunt to find those trying to kill him before they find him first. It is directed by Pierre Morel, who directed Taken, and it co-stars Idris Elba and Mark Rylance. Also has Javier Bardem in it, but it doesn't say that on the cover. But yeah, I remember liking this, so I'll give it another watch and see what it's like. Next up, glad to get this with the slipcover. I don't know if I've watched this before. Probably not, because I would have been quite young when this came out. That's Love and Other Drugs, starring my favourite actor, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Anne Hathaway. It's about, hang on, I'll read the description. Hathaway lights up the screen as the free-spirited Maggie, who meets her match in a charming Viagra salesman named Jamie, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. They leap into a no-strings-attached affair and discover they share a sexual chemistry that rocks the bedroom. But no matter how hard they try to keep things casual, Maggie and Jamie can't help falling under the influence of the ultimate drug, love. So yeah, I'm glad to have this with the slipcover as well. It says it came with the DVD, but I don't believe it did. Or did it? Yeah, it did. I believe, yeah. And the digital code, but you can't use that because it's one of those old disc ones that you have to download. Confusing, but yeah, looking forward to watching this because yeah, I like the sound of it. I think it looks quite good. Next up we have the Ides of March. So this is written and directed by George Clooney and stars Ryan Gosling. As up and coming press secretary Stephen Myers, played by Ryan Gosling, battles tirelessly for Governor Mike Morris, played by George Clooney. In a frantic election race, he becomes distracted by sexy young intern Molly, played by Evan Rachel Wood. Whilst concealing their affair, he agrees to meet the opposition's campaign manager, played by Paul Giamatti, who offers him a job on his staff. Stephen neglects to inform his boss of the meeting, and as his silence is revealed, he discovers a dirty personal secret that could sink Morris's political career. Stephen must then decide whether to enact revenge or use the secret to his advantage. Also stars Marissa Tomei, Jeffrey Wright, and Philip Seymour Hoffman. So I'm looking forward to watching that because it's got a good cast. And yeah, it was 50p again. Next one, another Jake Gyllenhaal film I've not seen. Source Code. So Captain Colter Stevens, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, is on a mission to identify a bomber who destroyed a train just hours earlier and who plans to kill thousands more with a much larger explosion in the heart of Chicago. A top secret program named Source Code allows Colter to exist briefly as another man in the parallel reality of the doomed commuter train. Each time he returns to the train, Colter has just 8 minutes to uncover the bomber's identity. The more he learns, the more convinced he becomes that he can prevent the deadly blast from ever happening, unless time runs out first. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going as quick as I can. I'm literally going to tell you what it is and read the synopsis, because I want to get this done as quick as I can. Next up, we have the remake of The Karate Kid, which is the only Karate Kid film I've seen, which is quite surprising. I will get around to watching the originals. I have seen Cobra Kai, which I absolutely love. I know you should really see the films before Cobra Kai, but I didn't have enough time and I just wanted to get straight onto it. And I don't think it matters too much. It does help, but I don't think it matters. But as remakes go, I think this is, from what I've heard, generally a well received remake, not too bad received. And I remember watching this a lot as a kid. Only thing is, it comes in one of those crappy slim cases, which I wasn't too happy with. But I'm not going to read the synopsis because everybody knows the story of the Karate Kid. It is pretty much a remake, slightly different, but yeah. Looking forward to rewatching that. Next up, He's Just Not That Into You. As you know, if you watch my videos regularly, I do like rom-coms, and this was a 50p one. I hadn't seen it, so it's got a good cast. So the synopsis says, remember that really cute guy who said he'd call and didn't? Maybe he's just not that into you. An all-star cast looks for love and finds laughs in this savvy, sexy, right now rom-com based on the runaway bestseller by Sex and the City series writers. He's just not He's Just Not That Into You sparkles with the zingy aha moments any survivor of the dating wars will recognise. Doesn't really say what it's about, but it's a rom-com. So yeah, thought I would get that. Looked quite interesting. 3 more 50p ones, and then there's 3 left after that, so 6 left. Youth in Revolt. This is Michael Cera stars as cool but geeky nice boy Nick Twisp, whose life is turned upside down when he meets Sheenie, the girl of his dreams, on family holiday. But family, geography, and jealous ex-lovers conspire to keep these two apart. With Sheenie's encouragement, Nick develops a rebellious alter ego, Francois. With his mustache and aviators, dangerous Francois will stop at nothing to be with Sheenie and leads Nick Twisp on a path of destruction with unpredictable and uproarious consequences. Sounded alright. Got a good cast again. Obviously Michael Cera, Portia Doubleday, who I'm not familiar with, Justin Long, Ray Liotta, and Steve Buscemi. So look forward to watching that. This is one of the ones that the sticker wouldn't come off of. If you can see at the top, tried my best but couldn't get it off. But oh well, won't be staring at it a lot, so I don't really mind. But this is the Riot Club. Set amongst the privileged elite of Oxford University, the Riot Club follows Miles, played by Max Irons, and Alistair, played by Sam Claflin, 2 first-year students determined to join the infamous Riot Club, where reputations can be made or destroyed over the course of a single evening. And it's from the director of One Day and An Education. So, British film I've not seen, looked interesting. I know this next one you can get in Poundland, but I got this for 50p, and it also came with a slipcover, but the sticker won't come off again, but it's not as bad as the last one, because it doesn't. I'll just leave it on there, I don't mind. But yeah, nice slipcover on this one. This is Nothing But the Truth. I believe this is a political thriller. Got a good cast: Kate Beckinsale, Matt Dillon, Vera Farmiga, Angela Bassett, Alan Alda, David Schwimmer. But it's about Washington, D.C. political journalist Rachel Armstrong, played by Kate Beckinsale, writes an explosive story about a government scandal in which she reveals the name of a covert CIA agent, played by Vera Farmiga. When a special government prosecutor, played by Matt Dillon, demands she divulge her source, she refuses and finds herself behind bars, struggling to defend the principles she has based her career upon. So that looked quite interesting, so I look forward to watching that. These next two are a pound. So we have another Matthew McConaughey one. I got a few last week. I got another one. Mud. A dangerous but charismatic fugitive, Matthew McConaughey, is hiding out from bounty hunters on a remote island on the Mississippi when he's discovered by two young boys, Ellis and Neckbone. An unlikely alliance forms as the boys struggle to help Mud escape his pursuers, whilst at the same time reunite with his long-time love, Juniper, played by Reese Witherspoon. So I definitely look forward to watching that. That sounds really good. Next up, I know this one won an Oscar, as it says so right on the front, and that is The Reader with Kate Winslet and Ralph Fiennes. Bringing to life the celebrated international novel, Winslet is riveting as Hannah Schmitz, a lonely working class woman who experienced a brief but intense affair with a teenage boy. Years later, they meet again. Hannah, now a defendant in a notorious case, and her ex-lover, now a law student, holding the secret to her salvation. Obviously, it was directed by Stephen Daldry, and as I said, features Ralph Fiennes as the grown man still reeling from Hannah's influence. I believe she plays she was like a Nazi or something, not a Nazi, but that is the type of trial it is. But she won an Oscar for it, so I am looking forward to watching this. And for a pound, I thought it was good. And the final one I got, which is the find of the day, pickup of the day. This is extremely out of print. I think on eBay it goes for about £20. This was one of a few copies in any CEX in the UK, and I managed to get it for £5, and that is Awakenings with Robin Williams and Robert De Niro. Robin Williams plays Dr. Malcolm Sayer, a shy research physician who uses an experimental drug to awaken his catatonic victims of a rare disease. De Niro co-stars as Leonard, the first patient to receive the controversial treatment. His awakening, filled with awe and enthusiasm, proves a rebirth for Sayer, too, as the exuberant patient reveals life's simple but unutterably sweet pleasures to the introverted doctor. Encouraged by Leonard's stunning recovery, Sayer administers the drug to the other patients. The story of their friendship during this emotional journey is a testament to both the tenderness of the human heart and the strength of the human soul. So, really glad to have that. So that's everything I got this week. I won't go on too much more. I just want to say thank you to everyone that took the time to watch my last haul video. When I last looked, it was about 65 views, and it managed to gain me 10 subscribers, I think. So I thank everyone for watching that. It is much appreciated. I don't expect many people to watch my videos. I do it for fun, and just to show anyone that is interested what I pick up and what I like about film. But yeah, that's it. I'll just show you. I'll do so we got, careful not to drop it. We have that is everything I got this week. Next week expect a huge haul. Probably last week's and this week's put together plus. So I am talking 20 plus, because I am planning on getting just as many 50p ones next week as I can, to build my collection more and more. So yeah, I think next week's going to be an epic video. Might be what should be probably longer than this. As I say, let me know if you want me to read the synopsis of each film in my next video. I won't if you don't. If nobody says anything, then I'll just assume that it's okay, and I will continue doing it. But yeah, so thank you everyone for watching this video. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed this video. You can also dislike it if you didn't like it, if it was too long. As I say, if you don't want me to read the synopsis, anything like that, just let me know down in the comments why you disliked it, and I'll improve it in the next video. Also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. turn the notification bell on so you know when I have a new video posted. And comment down below, have you seen any of these films? Have you got any of these films? Anything? I will comment back to every person that takes the time to leave a comment, if I can. If it's a comment that can be replied to, I will. But I will still give a heart to show that I have read the comment. But yeah, that's it. So thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, take care everyone. Goodbye.